Previously on Trails Beyond the Horizon, Rean's party went to Ort Proving Ground, where they were greeted by General Herring and several Calvardian troops. They took on for SPG work in Basel, and it started with a request to figure out how the holocore Pokel turned to a sassy brat. In the end, they concluded this was all due to her interactions with the people of Basel, and that they should respect her personal growth. Shit, I forgot our follow-up conversation. This little phase of Pokel's is just a part of her growing up. From that perspective, it's even more endearing. Professor Cronkite basically passed the custody of her to me, so keeping watch like a proud holocore parent is something I'm only too happy to do. Thank you all so much. Basel is about more than just cutting-edge technology. Breathtaking canyons and the local traditional cuisine, for instance. It's our fondest hope that tourists and visitors alike enjoy all that this city has to offer. The most top-of-the-line hotel in Basel. This is where we were meant to stay yesterday. Seems like they'll be taking care of us, us reservation counselors tonight anyway, though. Right, Professor Hamilton and them won't be able to accommodate us after they leave.
Shard searching.
Longport's booming from the space craze too, but even Basel are where the real action is at. Apparently even workshop tours are popular now if they're advanced enough. Our company can't just sit on its hands over this, so we need to secure some contracts and keep up with the competition.
Shard searching.
I'm glad I came on this tour and all, but putting my feelings behind me is about as difficult as you'd expect. How weak-hearted can I be? Imagine if you were here right now, the exasperated face he'd make. I think I recognize this lady. She's a police officer who was dating Ewan from the guild's Orasian branch. That is, until he was killed in action by Almada. Probably won't be anything close to easy for her to get over something like that. Oh, there I go talking to myself again. That just shows how badly I'm still wrestling with my emotions. Karina went out of her way to recommend this trip to me too, and then move on and reframe my mind. Oh, aren't you the kids the CID briefed us about? Where are my manners? Welcome to Basel, the Calvard Republic's very own engineering city. Our security measures were overhauled following last year's major incident, so rest assured that these streets are as safe as can be. I hope you find your stay a relaxing one. You may spot aerospace force personnel around as well, on account of the proving ground that was set up outside the city for Project Startaker. They seem to be on the cream of the crop, at a level of excellence even we can plainly see. No doubt they'll play a role in maintaining the city's security. Here from some space-themed merchandise on your Basel sightseeing trip? With the lunch just around the corner, you'll want a good souvenir to remember it by.
Alright. Have your eye on anything in particular?
Rocket Charm.
Thank you very much.
This is an Aerotron platform. Please present your certification card when boarding. I've heard the rumors, but it's even more beautiful in motion than I pictured. Yeah, you can tell just by looking that it's a smooth, gentle ride from point A to point B. Hard to pull your eyes away, huh? Apparently Professor Hamilton was a designer. For future reference, some Aerotrams restrict usage according to the rank of one's certification card. Your A-rank cards, however, will grant you access to most of the city's facilities without charge. So please feel free to board at your leisure. So that's Basel's tram system. Isn't that amazing, Amelie? It's completely different from Orasian's. This one has car authentication and cars that fly through the air. Oh, compose yourself, Nelly. This is nothing the guidebook hasn't already told us. That said, must we ride here now? Why not take the bridge instead? Amelie, don't tell me you're too scared. It's okay, I'll hold your hand nice and tight, no matter what happens. Don't be preposterous. I am well within my rights to be wary of a new first experience. This side of her is just too adorable. Amelie and I had our little misunderstandings before, but ever since clearing them up, we've been the most inseparable pair of pals in our entire music academy. And now I get to see these hidden sides of her. Who knew she was so adorable underneath? So I could have sworn this girl was a touch more reserved, or maybe me could be more apropos. Ever since that same competition, she's changed dramatically, as though a weight has been lifted off her. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, I rather prefer this more organic Nelly. I imagine Jacobin is watching this while burning in the depths of Gehenna. Wow, it's so pretty. This place is totally different from Messeldam. Oh, what's that over there? Let's go take a look, you guys. Hey, I said not to run too far ahead of us, Tony. Jeez, is he not ever not a handful? If that's where it's coming from you, Jed. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Exactly what it sounds like. Who's the one who got excited for this trip that he couldn't sleep a wink, huh? How do we know that, you nagging shrew? I am not nagging, or a shrew. Sheesh, moving in with Granny Angela hasn't changed you one bit. You guys are always such good pals. Now come on, let's go see what's over there. Guess I'd never have gotten to go on this trip at all if I was still living with my butt wipe of a dad. I really owe Granny Angela for that. I even got to come with my friends. It's a lot to take in. Yeah, so this is Basel. I'm happy we all got to come here together. Jed won't admit it, but even he was super excited. I can't wait for all the places we're gonna see. I'm glad Jed wound up coming along with us though. And his home situation sorted out now too. Hopefully it gets him looking more on the bright side. Oh, they remind me of those kids from Old Town for some reason. I've been wanting to tour around Calvard for a while now, but I didn't expect to do it on an actual tour. There's so many different cultures, all inside these same borders, and every one of them is worth a look. My dad's gone to whole other countries to hone his skills though, so he's probably seen things twice as impressive. Or just thinking about it gets me raring to travel abroad, pronto. But anyway, this is Basel, huh? Just thinking about orbits being sent out to the world from here. And that's not even getting into the contributions they're making to the space program right now. And it makes my heart swell a little, having the chance to be here in person. My work's been in a total frenzy ever since Project Star Taker was announced. I guess we are a home appliance manufacturer though, and being a Verne subsidiary means we have a hand in T-phones too. This could be my chance to beat up my resume. Time for me to buckle down.
No.
And I brought all of the kids from my neighborhood along on this tour. They seem to be absolutely beside themselves, much to my delight. Though I must say, this cityscape had even me astonished at first sight when we arrived. But that's neither here nor there. So long as the little ones can look back on this fondly, I couldn't ask for anything more. Joe over there had a rare, unconventional home life. One thing led to another, and now I'm looking after him. That he could come along and enjoy his trip with his friends brings me no small relief.
Let's have a look-see.
For SPG, Orbal Microwave Fever. Recently, there's been a sudden surge in demand for Orbal microwave appliances in the Basel Orbal store, resulting in huge stock shortage. On the surface, it seems like a simple scalping scheme, but something about this is setting up bells in my head. I'd like to consult with the Spriggan who helped me out in the past. Meet me at Verne Plaza for details. Someone took the Orbal microwave pickup line too literally. This is a new town bulletin board. We should check it every so often while we're in town. And we look at that, we got a request here too. There's demand for this kind of service in every district from the looks of it. I have mixed feelings about that, honestly. It means the number of cases here that fall in the morally gray camp are pervasive here. There aren't that many, I don't think. But it's for that reason we need people like Van who can tackle these people's problems. Definitely seems like there are requests and information we can only pick up using this method. So this is how they operate. I suppose there's a lot we can glean from doing things this way. Oh, you brought the latest supplements. Health conscious as ever, Mr. Wang. Oh, I'm planning to use this tour as an opportunity to test out everything each of our stops has to offer. These seem different from our everyday Eastern botanicals, so I'm eager to see how they compare. That's exactly the way I expect you to enjoy vacation. Gets me wishing I had a unique angle to tackle this trip from too. No need to self-deprecate. I'd say the perspective and know-how you bring are plenty interesting. After all, you're mainly participating in this as a means to broaden your horizons, no? I guess that's true enough. The aim is to learn new things and to apply in my pursuits, both on and off the clock. A little confidence will go a long way with that. We're here from Longport as part of a nationwide tour. I tagged along with Old Man Wang in hopes of learning new things and broadening my horizons on the road. It was only after the fact that I realized my childhood friend was taking part too. And I wonder how I didn't notice until the day of. Still, a trip will be funner for it. Oh, once I heard they were putting on a tour of the Republic in these thrilling times, I sprang for it right then and there. It's my greatest wish to spend the remaining years of my life in good trim and good fun, you see. So a grand affair like this is one I can't afford to miss. Welcome to Cerise Drugs. We carry a range of products, including those from Remiferian pharmaceutical companies. Speaking of which, part of the industry is supposedly involved in the development of that new energy drink. Its active ingredients are said to be backed by solid evidence, guaranteeing its effectiveness. Which is exactly why I suggest taking care not to overdose on it.
Have your eye on anything in particular?
Soul Chef Health Food. Chips. Dark Blue Musk.
Running a search.
Oh, there's a shard here. Or token.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkride.
Go for it.
Okay, these chips come drugstore recommended, so it's no surprise they're rich in vitamins and calcium. They're also easy to eat, making them decent on-the-go provisions.
Okay.
Right, alright.
Of course.
This place has so many daily necessities, they should call it an over-convenience store. That's what kept me coming in day after day. Then one thing led to another, and I got hired part-time. I might not be a professional like Luce, but I'll back her up like it's my life's work. Oh, are you the ones who we were contacted about? Yes, you remember the Epstein Foundation's local branch, correct? Chief Plato said she would pass word of us along herself just to be sure. Right, that she did. Welcome to Basel. You can find the Foundation, the ZCF, in the building behind me. If anything comes up during your stay, just let us know. We'll do whatever we can to help. That's reassuring to hear. Thank you very much. Up until last year, our relationship with the Verne Company has grown cold due to their exclusion of the Foundation. But thanks to ZCF's, or rather the Tech Union's mediation, joint research between us is resuming. You're all involved in Project Startaker, I'm told. They didn't get too in-depth with me, but I wish you the best of luck. Oh Carter, always the weapons nut. And yet you don't have the chops to use them yourself. Guess that part of you never changes either. I know I don't look it, but I've got some clout as an engineer now, so cut it out with the babying. Anyway, do you finish your business in Basel, Mom? You came to pick up some custom-made parts, right? Well, that and to see my sweet little boy on the job. Now that I've done both, it's probably about time to get my butt back to Anchorville. No reason I can't tour Aldra's new plant before that, though. So there goes Mom's factory fanaticism again, and she says I'm the one who never changes. That reminds me, I hear Marduk's newest armaments are storing distribution. Yeah, they've hit the market with another lineup made from the latest tech. One particular feature are these new frames that were designed using Holo AI. I knew I was right to ask you first. Welcome, if you're looking to buy or modify weapons, this is the place. My mom's here visiting right now, but you can just ignore her.
Allow me to assist.
Little Chef food provisions. Okay, now I gotta get everyone's next weapon. Let's see, maybe I'll browse through your custom handgun parts before I go back to Edith. Oh, Fee, good to see you again. Patrolling around Basel with the forest crew before your big exercise, huh? Alex tells me you guys are doing proxy work for the Spriggan too. Something like that. You heading back to the capital, Raygray? Yeah, on top of my original liaison duties, I've been here helping out from last night to this morning. Hopefully it made a difference, even if it wasn't for all that long. It's hardly the only city going through it lately, but Basel's issues are on a whole different ballgame. So from how things looked when I stopped by last night, I say you made yourself pretty useful. Glad you think so. Being here for less than 24 hours had that much of an impact. He must be one outstanding bracer. Enough to land senior status in just a couple of months. Hit a few bumps in the road along the way, but now he's got people out in the provinces leaning on him too.
Alright.
I've been in Basel on liaison duty since yesterday, but Edith needs me back over there soon. Sorry I can't be of any help to you guys, but you've got my support for what it's worth.
Search.
Oh, there's a big bundle. I take it this is a motor pavilion. You know we're in the Republic when we're surrounded by so many state-of-the-art Orbal vehicles. Indeed, there is certainly a greater variety than back in the Empire. The big four manufacturers are constantly pushing the boundaries as they compete for market share. I heard their momentum has even caught up with the Oral bikes that were developed in the Empire. So I don't know where to be happy or frustrated. Better tech is better tech, am I right? It's not like the Empire's got a monopoly, and knowing George and Angelica, this is just more wind in their sails. I suppose you're right. I just feel conflicted since I helped develop the Oral bikes and all. I can relate, at least Elisa seems happy about the whole thing. What do you say we take a look around? Damn, is this Ingert's new sports car? Talk about performance. No kidding, its silhouette looks like something from the future. The ETWS Limo, huh? It has a luxurious quality to it. Kind of looks like an RF model, though. They're both targeting the same rich demographics, right? Makes sense they're designed to be similar. I heard sitting in one makes you feel like royalty. Well, I wouldn't give it a get behind the wheel. Crow, look, that has to be the famous Z1 car that everybody's been talking about. Wait, seriously? I've seen it in a couple of races, but man, it rides right on the ground, doesn't it? You can tell a glance has got a need for speed. It's so refined in every way. They sound like Van. He's a big fan of these two, isn't he? Two of them are already adults. They ought to act like their age.
That's simply the way men are.
You got that right. No man should have to lose their childlike wonder.
Prince Rean. And Director Gotti, too. Oh, you're the Prince of Elsheim. It's a pleasure to meet you. Is Maxim not here? And you gotta be that famous director. I've seen you in magazines.
Ha ha ha! I'm honored you know me!
The pleasure is all mine. It's a privilege to meet the Empire's heroes. Ever since I heard tales about you from Prince Olivert, I knew I had to make your acquaintances.
You two know each other. It really is an honor. I had no idea you would be in Basel. Don't tell me you've got the presidential aide acting as your personal tour guide.
It's perfectly appropriate, I assure you. The prince is an esteemed guest and a major shareholder in the Verne Company, not to mention his involvement in this enterprise.
I'm simply here to conduct a friendly inspection of our Republican and Imperial allies. I've actually only just arrived after meeting up with the director in the capital. Prince Rean I get, but why is Gotti here too? Why else? I'm in talks with the presidential office to make this space program into a feature film. It hasn't been easy, seeing how they're keeping everything confidential, so I end up coming all the way over here for an interview. Isn't it crazy how the Republican Empire, once at odds, are now collaborating to make history? A clash of prides, a battle between the leaders in robotic technology. There's thrill, suspense, drama. I can already see the opening scene playing out in my head. If only Major Emilio would agree to do a steamy photo shoot. Ho, Director Gotti, your passion truly fuels the industry of cinema. I cannot allow something like that to be produced without a thorough analysis of every element, to ensure nothing is overly untoward. Come on, Kincaid, you'll let it slide, right? We're buddies, right? You know he is a big-name director. Isn't it unheard of for a civilian to have access to a military exercise? I'm having trouble understanding just what the Republic and the CID are after. Yeah, because they're trying to keep it under wraps. In any case, I hope you'll take this time to prepare. We're hoping this afternoon will be meaningful in more ways than one. Right, we'll be sure to. Connect events are now available in Rean's route. I have high expectations for this afternoon's exercise. One could consider it a symbolic gesture of fellowship between our two formerly warring nations. There is still some time beforehand, so use it to prepare yourselves sufficiently.
Here, you'll find the latest models.
Your exercise is slated for this afternoon, they said. I'll be expecting a showdown for the highlight reels. But for now, I need to do some previews of tonight's proceedings. What, you got something beside covering a joint exercise going on later? Heh, trade secret, my boy. The rumors are out there if you know which rocks to look under. I've secured some unrivaled collaborators too, so hold onto your seats and stay tuned. Suddenly I'm extremely concerned. Well, it doesn't seem to be related to the exercise, so let's not dwell on it too much. Yes, and then bang, they take to the stage. Between here and Farbad, we'll be making waves from two different angles at once. Even outside the pretext of inspection, I'm genuinely looking forward to this upcoming exercise. Whose strength will prevail in the end? The state-of-the-art assault frame, or the panzer-hardened battle-hardened Panzer Solat? Surely it does stir the wide-eyed boy in a man. We'll give it everything we've got. The resemblance is even more uncanny than they say. He and Prince Olivert truly are cut from a similar cloth. It's been quite a while since my last visit to Basel. Perhaps the director and I could engage in a bit of sightseeing during our time together. That's our upcoming exercise. I expect a most thrilling bout out of you.
And the newly released Orbal scooter.
Welcome to the Motor Pavilion. You bunch strike me as car enthusiasts, am I right? Here you can view the newest models from Calvard's four major manufacturers. We frequently hold automotive events and such as well, so keep an eye out and enjoy your visit. As it happens, there's actually a paper special event on the schedule this very evening. We'll have to get the preparation sorted out soon. Isn't this scooter adorable? It's a hot new thing with women too. As far as accessibility goes, these big Orbal bikes just can't compare, and if that doesn't charm you, the affordable price point will. True enough. Plus, you can apparently still operate one with only a standard license. Yeah, is that curiosity I'm hearing? Naturally, our lineup of Orbal cars offers the same convenience and ease of handling. Yes, here at Leno, we provide vehicles for people of all walks or tribes to enjoy.
Any day now.
Providing safe and accessible private transport to people of walks or drives. That's the Leno mission statement. If you have any questions, ask away. I'd be more than happy to take them. Oh, you're the folks who were here earlier. Well, are Ingert's great or are they great? If you like, I can rattle off the rundown on each of our sports cars for you, in excruciating detail, of course. His enthusiasm is substantial. I love to solid and listen, but we don't really have that kind of time.
Red Star and
At any rate, the Lino boop's gotten pretty popular in its own right. That Orbal scooter they unveiled in the spring was one hell of a dark horse. Even on the sales end, they're on an unstoppable roll. Not for long though, if we can help it.
the newly released Orbal scooter.
Shard searching.
Oh, big one. Oh, are you by any chance Orebonians? Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. You just have that air about you. Speaking of the Empire, it's where the orbital railways such as we know them were born. Your network stretches across the entire nation. It's been a dream of mine to travel by train wherever and whenever I want someday. And I guess nothing's stopping me from achieving it now that the political climate's cooling down. All the Republic's railways are managed by Ventos, a Verne affiliate. They're deeply involved with the Transcontinental Railroad Corporation as well, be it not quite as much as the Empire's Rhineford group. In recent years, they've even been providing rail cars to the free cities. Come ride with us sometime if you get a chance. We'd love to hear your feedback on as Ouroboros.
Let's search around.
Grim Portal?
Here for our efforts.
Alright.
Running a search.
Here's the Dread Power Company's new drink. Next time you need an energy boost, just gulp some down and see the results.
Anything strike your fancy?
DX. Basel sure is bustling these days, just another byproduct of the space program, I suppose. It's no wonder we've been flooded with domestic and foreign inquiries for Verne-related loans. We at the Bank of Eve capitalize on this golden opportunity.
So this is Vern HQ. I expected it'd be bigger, seeing as it's the largest company in Calvard.
That's probably because, unlike Rhineford, Vern is made up of many different companies.
Why don't we take a look around? I'm sure Elisa would be curious to hear about the place.
I'm in charge of connection testing for Prometheus Sport, a satellite that was launched the other day. With it hanging so far above the ground surface, communication latency becomes an unavoidable issue. Though wait, what if we could utilize that latency as a means of measuring distance? This might be of use in land surveying projects. Maybe I ought to propose that as my next research topic. Winter Prometheus Sports intended task is surveying East America, so we're collaborating with that end of the continent as well. Utilizing orbital wave latencies for measurement taking might be something we can make a reality in the future.
Let's search around.
Sure, we like to push the delivery date on these aforementioned components forward. We may be under the same burning umbrella, but that's a bit of a high-handed request, don't you think? Running our manufactories on what should be days off will necessitate a 10% increase in compensations at the very least. It's the least you can do if you want to be prepared for the inevitable post-space program boon. Always a savvy negotiator. I'll talk it over with headquarters. I must ask though, that project of yours is still designated as confidential, yes? Will they be declassifying it now that the AF and Project Star Taker have been made public? Yes, well about that. Truth be told, apart from it being top secret and built to order, I'm not privy to any details.
Vern Company stocks are soaring.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Vern Company headquarters. We've been instructed to provide you with nothing less than premium treatment. Could I interest you in a tour of our building external access areas, or one of our activities perhaps? Oh, we wouldn't want to put you out. But getting your digits, now that would interest me. As for other activities, how about dinner tonight? Oh Crow, your mouth seems to be writing checks that your body can't cash. So I should have some decency before you get our invitations revoked. Here we go, what a couple of squares. Your banter is the same as ever. Tell me about it. None of you are nervous in the least, evidently. But I imagine the timing of these exercises at the proving ground still raises a fair few concerns. In any case, I'll be extending my support to the absolute utmost. Best of luck to you all.
How am I ever going to be able to repay you, Professor Hamilton? I simply must thank you for what you did to resolve all of the problems I created last year.
Please, Mr. Townsend, it was just an unfortunate setback. You did more than enough to assist with the aftermath, so as far as I'm concerned, you don't owe me a thing. If anything, I feel awful that I was unable to prevent your dismissal during the board meeting.
Oh, no, really, that was due to my own failings. You had to leave to the Far East, after all.
The man Professor Hamilton's talking to, is he who I think he is? Yeah, I say being let go last year broke him up so much he had to take a griefcation about it. P, not so loud. Oh yes, remember that from the database. Yes, that's their boomerang CEO, huh?
Oh, hello, everyone. Enjoying a thorough tour of Basel, are we?
That's right, it's been a very refreshing experience so far.
My, you all must be... I'm the Vern Group's returning CEO, Bill Townsend. You must be the party from Erebonia, Thor's military academy, wasn't it? It's a pleasure.
I see, so you know Chairman Irene and her daughter Elisa. Oh yes, I had the fortune of making their acquaintance upon our induction into the tech union back in May. We discussed the possibility of taking the T-Fund worldwide, among other projects. Though, how should I say this? The chairwoman took over the entire conversation. Yeah, that sounds like her. No surprise Elisa's mom is as intense as ever. I've had the pleasure of meeting Irina before myself. Her husband was Professor Schmidt's best disciple, as I recall. I'd love to meet their daughter too, if I ever have the chance. Young Miss Elisa was quite composed for someone her age. She mentioned an advantageous compromise regarding those Orbal bike paintings. I suppose it's no surprise for an affiliate of Force. You're giving us too much credit. Sounds like Elisa is busier than ever now. Is it true that Reinford Tech is being used in the space program? That's the rumor anyway. I admit the space program is outside my jurisdiction. That Reinford group used to rival Liberals ZCF. I believe that after negotiations with Marduk fell through, the program's been relying on technology from the Epstein Foundation. Perhaps this afternoon will pit you against the culmination of all their varied technologies. Now we're getting to the point. I put my money on that Cronkite guy being the genius behind it. A gamble well made. I said it earlier, but he really is on a different level from even us three disciples. He was never a type to rely too much on ours, be it their research or direct assistance. But recently he's shelved his pride and committed himself to exhausting every avenue for the space program. That's why he extended this invitation to Rean and the rest of you. He believes he can provide them with important insight. Huh? That makes sense. So he went out of his way to bring Rean and Crow here to gather more data. For what? Thank you for the heads up. Will we able to be more attentive during the exercise? Yeah, appreciate the tip, especially given your positions. Well, what can I say? The professor and the presidential office have been rubbing off on me. And besides, without external influences, businesses and countries would go stagnant. Which is to say, I have high hopes for all of you. Mr. Towson, guess I should rethink my opinion of you. And perhaps it's odd for me to say it, but he has grown more reliable. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch their spectacles, as I'll be leaving Basel after this. But I wish you all best of luck. I hope the experience is fruitful. Thank you. I'll do what I can to deliver. I forgot to ask, Professor, where are you headed next? Back to your research base in the east, maybe? No, the delay it will cause to my work does concern me. I still wish to watch launch in 2 days' time. I'm thinking of paying an old acquaintance of mine that was there as well, now that the opportunity presents itself. Oh, that's so. Any long-time acquaintance of yours must be a very remarkable person in their own right. I wonder about that. Ah yes, regarding Alfred's notes, Toa. I prepared them for you at the observatory, so do give them a look at when you feel inclined. Oh, thank you very much for going to all that trouble. Alfred, does she mean your grandfather, Toa? The former Imperial Museum director and one of, if not the greatest astronomers of Erebonia, right? Yes, as a matter of fact, he visited Basel's observatory 15 years ago. Though we'd already known each other through a certain someone else long before then. You don't say. Sounds like there's a fascinating story there from a historical perspective. Structure mode activated. It is his specialty subject, though he does try to find line between historical and hysterical. Well, let's not unpack all this right here. I'll tell you guys about it later, okay? In any case, I'll be praying that your exercise this afternoon bears fruitful results. Feel free to make use of the observatory once it's over and done. Okay, thank you very much. Take care now, Professor. Looking back, I've been through nothing but horror story after horror story recently. My dismissal late last year, Nemeth Island, that extreme coup d'etat. So I like to believe those experiences have all shaped the person I am today. So I'm making a little adversity or two as child's play in comparison now. It seems life hasn't been too kind to him. This dream he speaks of, do you suppose? Must be the same thing experienced last spring. The crisis that could have been. But I wouldn't have guessed Mr. Towson remembered it too. Elaine told me about that. Sounded like more of a nightmare, really. Still, Arkride and his crew managed to work it out from what I hear. A lot of time leaps. The crisis that could have been, though, eh? I doubt it's related to us getting invited here, but let's keep it in the back of our minds just in case. For the time being, my plan is to watch your valorous displays on the proving ground. The new model you'll be confronting is a product of unparalleled genius. I look forward to seeing how it fares. Aha, there's one here.
Shard searching.
Care to stop by for a breather?
For my next song, how about... Yeah, that's a good theme to work off. What I want is to move forward, to weave my words together from a new point of view. Isn't this man a singer-songwriter who made it big in Crossbell? Yeah, his name's Jess. He used to be active here in Calvard, though. Things were going well for him in Crossbell from what I heard, but I guess he made his way back at some point. I'm thinking of putting out my next song soon, so I've been traveling cross-country to help me brainstorm. After all, some things just won't come into view until you widen your horizons. It's poignant, really. And as it turns out, I really do see things from a different writer's perspective now. Not like before, when I was afraid no one would ever understand me.
Performing search.
Another one.
Please, take your time.
What, Orbal microwaves are solid again? This store is operated by the Rean company itself, yet even their enormous selection can't manage to keep them in stock. Nothing else right. I'll just have to buy the latest handy home appliances the moment they hit the market.
Welcome.
The documents... Wait, it's in the book tab. Mist hairdryer.
Thank you very much.
Okay. It's basically like a newspaper then. Technical features of Independence 2 Orbal rocket. We'd like to discuss some of the fascinating features and development history of the Independence 2, revealed in the report by the Aerospace Force and the Institute of Science. Basic principles of an Orbal rocket. A rocket is a system propelled by a reactive force created by a powerful jet propulsion. This idea dates back to the Middle Ages, where Easterners used fire arrow gunpowder weapons. In Orbal rockets, the propulsive power is generated by a special Orbal engine releasing energy under high temperatures and pressure. Theoretically speaking, it has the potential to reach acceleration and altitude levels unachievable with anti-gravity engines, but the Project Startaker launch is the first time in history that this technology is being put through its paces. Sign of Independence 2. The prototype for Independence 2 was the Independence 1, devised by the late Professor Callahan as a ballistic missile and high-altitude atmospheric observation probe made to counter the Empire's railway guns. Professor Cronkite made numerous changes and revisions when designing Independence 2. For example, it increased the propulsion and improved its energy efficiency by clustering engines and adding liquid propellants. Though to create the massive amount of heat and propulsion needed to push into space, the rocket consumes orbital energy faster than it can naturally recover. On top of that, the part of the spacecraft which houses the generator experiences wear and tear from the internal pressure and heat. Although the rate of erosion is reduced by the liquid coolant, that alone isn't enough. The device which solves the problem is the multi-stage system which disconnects the worn-out propulsion stages that have used up all their energy. Thanks to inventions like these, space is now finally within humanity's grasp. International relations, 2 months passed since Rean joined the Tech Union. It's already been 2 months since the Rean company joined the Western Maria Tech Union in May. Although many voiced their concerns at the time, the company is already building fruitful relationships with the other member organizations. First and foremost, they have joined hands with the Epstein Foundation for the internalization of the Zypha standard. Collaboration will be key in the development of future communications technology, including satellite communication. The Foundation has made their commitment to that end. Rean has signed several agreements with the Reinford Company, primarily in regard to joint development and licensed production in the heavy industry sector. And as a result, these once fierce rivals are now engaging in friendly co-opetition. With the Rean company putting pen to paper with no other organization in their industry as well, they wasted no time making major waves within the Union. Since the Rean company sits among the highest in the Union in terms of financial power, market share, and number of patents, it's easy to imagine their influence growing to new heights. Going forward, the Rean company and the Republic may very well be leading the charge within the world of technology. Medicine, research on artificial limbs progressing smoothly. The artificial organs become a reality. The Basel Institute of Science has reported partially successful results in its clinical trials of artificial biological limbs, bringing it one step closer to practical use. Artificial limbs are a further development of nerve-connected mechanical limbs. Not only do they move like real limbs, they include functions like sensory feedback through a network of artificial nerves and temperature regulation via artificial blood circulation. If they come to pass, they can reproduce sensations and find motor movements that are very much akin to what real limbs can provide. Parties involved have expressed their eagerness to bring them to those who have lost limbs from injury or illness as soon as they can. What's more, by applying the knowledge gained from artificial limbs, which can be organically connected to the human body, it may be possible to create artificial organs in the future as well. Were this to happen, countless lives could be saved, including those with serious organ diseases. On the other hand, many people harbor trepidation over a continuing blurring of the boundaries between humans and machines. Astronomy, the Great Conjunction, the celestial show of the century to be held in August. The Great Conjunction will be visible in the sky in late August 1209. The Great Conjunction is a phenomenon wherein the moon, the sun, and the 17 planets lined up in a row. When viewed from the ground, they appear to overlap in one spot. As this only occurs once every 1,000 years, it's quite literally the celestial show of the century. I hope all our readers will be able to make time to witness this once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event. Are you Mr. Radad, the manager? We saw your post on the bulletin board. Oh, and you folks are... It sounds like you're here about a request. But I don't see Mr. Arkride with you. He was the one who came for the holo core testing last time. Actually, we'll be taking his place today on account of a variety of circumstances. He might not be here in person, but the guy himself gave us the okay to act on his behalf. Really now, in that case, why don't we get right to the meat of the matter? But something about people cleaning out your stock of Orbal microwaves just like that, right? Can't say I'm all that familiar with the product. Orbal microwaves are state-of-the-art kitchen appliances that have yet to reach mainstream adoption. They heat food quickly and easily by irradiating it with high-frequency Orbal waves. That does sound pretty convenient. Oh, you bet, they may not be commonplace yet, but mass production lines are nearly ready. After that, it's only a matter of time before the right spread. And once they are, every household will be much more efficient for it. Without said production lines, though, we can currently only carry a limited number at a time. Which is why this recent rush of bulk purchasing is causing an inventory shortage. That's no crime, though, plus it turns a hefty profit, so the store doesn't exactly lose out. The empty shelves are definitely a hassle, though. It could be they're getting scooped up for resale, too. Something else is nagging me. You opted to bring this to a Spriggan over to police or guild, right? Right, and for a reason. See, these buying sprees the past few days struck me as awfully organized. We'll get a series of customers purchasing multiple microwaves each, for example. Or group of them all at once to clean out our stock not a moment after we replenish it. That is most definitely odd. The scale is inordinately large for a simple scalping. It still doesn't break the law or harm any civilians, though. Which is exactly why it'd be hard to get help from the police or guild. One way or another, the trend is unnatural. I can't shake the sense that ignoring it is a risky move. I know it's selfish to ask over just a gut feeling, but would you be willing to look into this? Well, except... Alright, consider your request accepted. Can't get a read on their intentions here otherwise. The bigger picture might surprise us. Whew, thanks a million. My hopes are all on you. Just so we have more context, is this only happening at this location? No, ours has seen the worst of it, but the other mass merchandisers are experiencing the same too. If they're all connected, that'd make this a pretty coordinated operation. Let's say it is to resell them, though. My big hang-up, then, would be, why now? I haven't heard of people about microwaves being a sudden craze over the last few days. Perhaps we should speak of our affected stores just in that case. Actually, it'd be nice to get a different point of view from that of a retailer. For now, why don't we try asking a manufacturer? Good idea. Moving higher up the supply chain might give us a broader perspective on this. For all we know, something could be happening on their end too. Well, if you don't mind the suggestion, how about the workshop next to the chapel in the Artisanal District? It's involved in oral microwave development, and the man charged there is a pal of mine, more or less. Bring my name up and you should answer just about any question you have. Oh yeah, sounds like the best jumping off point we could hope for. Estelle then, let's go see what that artisan has to say about this situation.
Let's 4SPG it up. Let's search around.
Well, best luck looking into this mass-coordinated oral microwave buying business. Not knowing the goal behind it all gives me a sinking feeling. Fingers crossed my fears are unfounded.
Excuse me a moment.
The oral microwave mess. Only not sure we know about it. After all, more inventory shortages equals more product requests. It's rough going, truth be told. So even the manufacturers are feeling the impact. These bulk purchases must be on an even larger scale than we assumed then. The question is, why would they need to go this far to gather so many? If you don't mind my asking, have your fellow artisans mentioned anything else concerning? I look to make sure nothing similar is happening with our products, just to be thorough. Agreed, if there are in fact such cases, we may be able to identify a pattern of sorts. Well, let me think. Oh, this could be completely unrelated. But a little incident in our antenna production site does come in mind. Antennas, I suppose they also emit radiation the way orbital microwaves do. So it's a fundamentally separate industry with a totally different manufacturer. Either way, I got word of something going down on that end at the same time the microwaves were being brought up. Apparently they were contacted by someone claiming to represent a foreign trading company. From there was inquiry after repeated inquiry and urgent last-minute orders. What's more, they'd never even heard the name of the trading company in question before. So somebody out there is going to absurd lengths to procure antennas ASAP. Which makes the company putting in the request just as sketchy. Might be good to ask somebody at the antenna manufacturer and see what dots we can connect. Let's go to Vern HQ and have them hook us up then.
Vern Company stocks are soaring.
Rean and the group explain the situation and ask for the antenna manufacturer's technical officer. That's right, a foreign trading company has been approaching us rather aggressively as of late. What's more, the last-minute nature of the request puts us in a bit of a bind. So we provisionally supplied them with a set number of antenna components as a sample batch. I see, and have you got any requests from them aside from the purchase orders? Well, now you mention it, they did have questions on devising ways to increase orbital wave directivity. The degree to which orbital waves are concentrated in a single direction. In standard communications, they are emitted such that the radiation is spread over a wide area. Directivity may be increased, however, in cases of exceptionally high transmission volumes, or environments that impede orbital wave passage. So, it's just for those purposes, the necessary equipment should already be available. But in this case, they're expressly trying to extract information on creative alternatives, and I think we can guess what for. Modifying different products, transmitting over extreme distances. They must be aiming to apply it to something else on their own. That's the impression I'm getting. But in the end, it's only microwaves that were bought up in bulk. In which case, maybe the goal is to increase the microwave's directivity, using those antennas as reference. You mentioned having already provided them with some parts, correct? Do you know who was responsible for the shipments? Sure, or one of them at the very least. We had a delivery man named Jason transport some parts from the factory for us. Understood. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule for this. Okay, gang, let's speak with that delivery man. He told me he often works in the Artisanal District during the day. Might as well stroll our way down the road and see if we can't spot him then. We're just there. 1 SP. That was the correct answer after all. Okay. Yeah, when I don't get instant feedback, I get worried.
Stocks are soaring.
More and more orders for antenna parts have been coming in from foreign trading companies. We recently had a delivery man named Jason ship some out for us. It's possible he knows something strange about the recipients.
I've got a question for you.
Antenna parts, yeah, I transported some from the factory to the client's pickup location. You said you were looking for a connection between that and the bulk microwave purchases. Right, seemed like an organized effort, so we thought it'd be best to dig around behind the scenes. Granted, there's no saying for sure that's all just a single group at work, but circumstantially, the likelihood's pretty high. Well, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, the binge microwave buyers and those ordering the antenna parts are one and the same. Matter of fact, I've seen trucks carrying those exact microwaves more than once. And they always seem to be heading in the same direction I took the antenna parts. They do? Yep, been bringing them northwest on the national highway across multiple trips by the looks of it. Couldn't tell you where they're actually storing the things though. Still, knowing that what direction they're being transported gives us a trail to follow. To a point, yeah, with any luck, we might even learn who it is we're up against. I spotted them hauling their cargo up the northwest highway loads of times by now. Struck me as pretty unusual for your typical vendor, frankly. I've been wondering about it myself. They're mostly traveling back and forth on that road pretty frequently in that case. For now though, let's take a moment to review our findings. Alright, we got a decent amount of intel, if nothing else. Yeah, some group is buying up every orbital microwave on the market. And on top of that, aiming to increase our directivity using antenna technology. Probably not for anything ethical either, with all the sneaking and weaseling around. If they have to hide their reasons for matching different branches of tech together, I think I see where this is going. We can definitely make some educated guesses on what their objective here is. One particular sticks out as most probable. Repurposing microwaves into weapons. Emitting powerful orbital waves with high directivity. Doesn't that sound like something you can weaponize? Especially given how rapidly the high frequencies used by microwaves can heat things. A substantial enough output does have the theoretical capacity to kill or injure a person. In fact, it doesn't even require that level of potency to find use as a weapon. At minimum, concentrating orbital waves output to a certain degree would allow one to short-circuit an orbit. Good point. That alone would make it pretty darn combat effective. Oh, is that gonna... Are we gonna have to fight where we don't have orbit usage? Target an enemy's armaments, vehicles, or comms equipment, and the fight tips way in your favor. The thought of there being technology with that much potential for harm in an everyday appliance unsettles me a little. But it's a sensible hypothesis for sure. If it's on the money, then we're dealing with some real power kegs here. Damn though, this is one twist I didn't see coming. Our client's bad hunch was a blessing in disguise. Otherwise, he might not have put out that for SPG before the situation got out of control. If there's even the slightest possibility of nefarious activity, then we'll want to gather up some solid evidence the sooner the better. Well, our best chance of finding any will be on that highway to the northwest those guys have been using. Right, let's take it out and try to catch them in transit. Okay, 1 SP. Hop on National Highway has been added to travel menu. Choosing this option will advance the quest. Okay, it's probably going to be a fight. Yes, that's how many microwaves we've procured, enough to account for trial and error even. The issue is what degree of modification we can manage ourselves. It may be necessary to outsource after all. Now that our go-to workshop in the Empire is gone, we'll have to rely on new channels of... Is that man one of them? I heard the words procured microwave. Hey, look at us, hitting pay dirt right out the gate. Can't pick up much of the conversation from here though. Either way, it's obviously suspect. We'll just have to step in ourselves. Yeah, let's see what he has to say. Excuse me, we'd like to ask you something. Huh? Interlopers, we'll continue this over on your side. Oh, wait. Gone without a second thought. That's a red flag, 100%. Guy's no stranger to quick getaways. Should have slashed his tires. Our earlier hypothesis seems all the more viable now. Then let's go after him already. I can use my bike too. That won't be necessary. I'll lend you a hand. CID? And you are? I remember the CID, but please don't be alarmed. Wait, are you that guy who was a quadruple agent? You and I share the same goal here, I wager. Now get inside, quickly. I've seen this man somewhere before. Is he not Hubert, former operative of Erebonia's intelligence division? I knew it! It was him. I heard he defected to the Republic, only to be framed by Lecter as a triple agent. He's not gonna betray us, is he? Quintuple agent? My name is Hubert. I'm with the second External Affairs Division of the CID. At the moment, I'm investigating the influx of criminal syndicates and foreign militants into the country. Alright, in that case, we'll gladly accept your help. Hey now, you sure about this, Rean? It doesn't seem related to the space program or being invited here, so there's no need to be overly cagey. Better to work together than to drive an unnecessary wedge between us. Right, I do have my reservations about the position we're in. But that's exactly why I should play the long game and cooperate elsewhere, within reason. Thanks for your understanding. Now let's hurry. Going by the number of parts, we should be able to make enough to run a test operation of each unit. Then once we get some results, we can use a dummy company for even larger scale procurement. That'll bring us one step closer to Murdoch's advanced technology. Or better yet, to the weapon that woman uses if we play our cards right. As for prototyping, I have a few engineers in mind who should be up to the task. Stop right there! So we really are developing illegal arms. Not for long though, if the guild has anything to say about it. We've been looking into your mass purchasing of Orbal appliances over in Basel. And it's plain to see that your reasons for it are against the law. We'll be happy to hear details from you directly. Just as our analysts predicted, you have some nerve pulling this now of all times. It's a crisis management concern we can't afford to overlook. Those weapons! Hold up, don't tell me you guys are... Oops, you sniff us out, but that doesn't mean we're just going to hand these over. Where it's you outsiders of the CID, we won't show any mercy. Black Workshop, maybe? These men seem like professionals. Don't go easy on them for a second. Right. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna go throw up a shield.
Deploying impenetrable field. Multiplex shard barrier, engage! Vivid calendula.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Open fire!
Slowpoke.
What? They tanked it. I can't do spirit unification yet, so I'm just gonna... I guess I'll just...
Let's charge in all at once.
Now, bear down on them.
Thanks. Debt.
Yeah, left forte.
Cypher activate. Resound! With Azure Strength!
Instead of his own self buff, he just gets a big group buff now, huh?
Open fire!
Well, he's actually really strong.
Open fire!
I won't hold back.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
I think it actually canceled... It didn't cancel Rean's cast, huh?
I won't be beat.
Let's do it!
Okay. Now I can start actually fighting back.
I won't be beat. I won't be beat.
Now, rabbit sword.
Thanks.
Your debt.
I won't be
Deadly Cross.
Make some noise! All in. You're out of luck!
Count on me.
Wow, actually... huh. Sixfold Gale.
Let's rock! Blow them down. Sixfold gales! Ridiculous.
I can help.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Let's charge in all at once.
It's yours.
Ready, set, light him up!
Ridiculous. Nice. That'll do it.
Leveled up. Paragraph slash learned.
I've leveled up.
There's more where that came from.
And that's a wrap. Well, I didn't realize that Crow's weapon actually folds. Still, I don't recognize our style of combat. That can wait. Right now, we need to restrain and interrogate. Wait, don't let her guard down just yet. Let me guess. Kincaid's gonna bail us out. Because Hubert's here. Reinforcements. About time. Sorry, procurement took longer than expected. More importantly, we better pull back. It'll be trouble if any of us get detained. We are mean abandoning one of the parts we've acquired, but there's no way around it. Some of the parts we've acquired. Smoke bombs. Watch out, everyone, they got grenades. Only smoke, but I guess that's its own pain in the ass. Man. They escaped. It's not too late. We give chase now. No, let's take it from here. We've already got a trace on them, for the most part. Compared to other cases, this one is so urgent that we can't continue to monitor them until a more opportune moment arises. With that in mind, it would be imprudent of us to involve you in you quasi-diplomats any further. After all, you fulfilled your request. There's no reason not to wash your hands of this affair. Something tells me this is about more than just being mindful of our situation. It's a strangely passive response for a CID. They're not usually one to do things halfway. The space program is presumably their highest operation priority at present. In that context, the fact that someone who is standing is solitarily in charge of this case speaks to its low importance. But even that doesn't make it any less than natural, considering how painstakingly thorough the CID has been up to this point. Not too happy leaving it at that, but Sticker knows isn't any further and it might just get chopped off. Yeah, we might just need to call it quits here, given our position. For now, let's just stick to the request and check all the goods they brought up. With that, Rean and Company examined the cargo left behind by the mysterious group. As expected, the Orbal microwaves and antenna components in question were among them. At the same time, they also found documentation that supported our hypothesis. Understood, so the influx of armed militants from abroad is roughly as anticipated. Regardless, so long as it has little direct influence on the project, we will maintain our policy of keeping checks and seizures to a minimum. Just as you did today. Tish, I don't see how any of this connects to the space program to begin with. I'm sick and tired of being solved with nothing but petty brush fires. Incidentally, one of the force members you aided in this case once belonged to the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division. Well, it's surely been some time since we last met. I trust there were no complications. What's that supposed to imply? I never leak intel over them. Besides, I hadn't even heard a word about that girl being part of the group. Because you weren't notified. As one not directly involved in the project, you've hardly any need to know the finer details on them. So what, you let me run to those guys as a test? Damn it, still toying with me, same as always. In any case, your assignment in Basel is done. Your next will be simple intelligence gathering Edith. Go about it with leisure if you would, so he's gonna show up in their quest. Roger, I'll make my way over. So they were being repurposed as weapons. It's a little hard to swallow. We were just as flabbergasted, to be sure, fair. But going by the documents recovered on site, there's no room for doubt. Plans for procurement of pulse weaponry at minimum expenditure via the conversion of shortwave oscillators and culinary appliances. As predicted, they intended on using short, focused wavelengths to burn out electricity, and perhaps even as anti-personnel weapons in the future. They were definitely Jaegers too, going by their gear. But in that case, developing weapons themselves feels a little off-brand. Probably has something to do with the Black Workshop going under. Right, and the Marduk company may have been a heavy influence as well. That too. From what it seemed, part of their plans included personally negotiating with multiple agent engineers to finalize the technology. At any rate, the CAD will be working to track them. So I doubt they'll be skulking around Basel again from here on. Plus, while it may not have been all of them, we did manage to recover some of the microwaves they hoarded. Once again, thank you so much. The situation amounted to more than I imagined. There's just no telling, though, what slippery slope weaponizing household appliances might lead to. Any piece of tech runs the risk of being misused. This whole mess is a grim reminder of that. Agreed, the issue will only intensify too, as consumer ordnance become more and more sophisticated. That's probably why we at the Rean company didn't join the tech union at first. Looking back, I can't help but feel how spot on that foresight was. Either way, now we know what the bulk microwave buying was really about. And as long as it doesn't happen again anytime soon, Basel's businesses can rest easy for a while. Right, I'm a little disappointed we couldn't uncover the entire story behind all this, but it's thanks to you following your gut so promptly that we were able to nip it in the bud. To level with you, I thought I was being overly paranoid at first. But it turns out putting that 4SPG up early on was the right call in the end. Still, with militants operating behind the scenes like that, the circumstances are anything but simple. We'll have to be extra careful about where we step.
Living up to the hype.
Our reward's been deposited.
Lawn Gray. Making weapons out of microwaves. Of all spine-chilling ideas. This whole mess only reminds me that dangerous like these are just part of the package when it comes to technological innovation. I guess that makes organizations like the Tech Union all the more essential going forward.
Nice and clean.
Welcome to Cinema Echelon. Our theater just opened this past spring. We use the latest in movie screening technology to provide an incredibly realistic viewing experience. It's sure amazing, especially for those visiting from abroad. Give us a try and see for yourselves.
How can I help you?
Welcome, we'd like to purchase a ticket. What are they showing right now? I think I can only view 2. Perfect Driver 2. 5 tickets for Perfect Driver 2. That comes out to 1,000 Mira. 5 of them made their way into the theater, having decided to take a break and watch a movie. Philip, a young fledgling Z1 race car driver, is the son of Louis Adler, the legendary racer. Tormented by the crushing weight of his father's legacy, Philip rebels against him, showering the bond they held in the process. Shortly thereafter, Louis gets into an accident and perishes on the spot. With little time to process the untimely death of his father, Philip is thrust into the Grand Prix, his focus fractured and his will dwindling. But then in the final lap of the race, when all hope of victory was nearly lost, the words of his father echo in Phil's mind.
The thing you gotta aim for ain't the finish line. You're gonna have to think way beyond that. If you want to be a legend, set your sights on a goal to call your own. Then speed past it.
Unbelievable! Philip's taken the lead. He's past last year's champion, Max. Look at that little Lino of his go. Something's really lit a fire in him. Nothing's gonna stop him now.
That little punk didn't even spare me a second thought. Who on earth is that kid racing here?
I found it, Dad. I found my goal beyond the finish line. I just wish I could have found it while you were still here. I'm gonna leave you in the dust, Lewis Adler. I won't stop racing until I overwrite every legendary record you ever set.
I kinda doubt we'll get the chance to sit and watch a whole live Z1 race this trip. But at the very least, seeing this kick-ass movie made up for that a bit. For sure, given that this is the birthplace of Orbal vehicles and racing, I'm not surprised that the film felt so detailed and realistic. Also, the scenes of the characters living their lives outside the racetrack were so well done. I was sucked right in before I realized it. It brought me back to those times that I helped test the Orbal bikes. The sound of the engines rumbling and the feeling of slicing through the wind at blind speeds. I get why they put their life on the line for that. Absolutely, as a fellow gearhead, the whole film really spoke to me. But even if I wasn't, a movie like that still is the kind of thing that get a guy real fired up. In fact, I'm ready to jump into an Orbal bike race right this minute. Think there are any happenings nearby? That reminds me, I recall hearing from the Foundation that the Republic is considering inviting foreign teams to participate in future Z1 races. If so, maybe perhaps the Reinford group would put together a team of its own. If they allow Orbal bikes, I bet Angie would be a perfect representative for the Empire. Oof, yeah, Angelica enters. I'd be better off waving the white flag before I even get to starting line. Huh, true. Well, it reminds me. I think I remember hearing they cast active Z1 racers in this movie. Yep, Max is played by Maxim Lugan, the 4-time consecutive champion. Apparently he helped supervise the movie. Maybe that's why he felt so realistic. Is that so? He sounds like quite a capable person. And I don't know about that. Rumors have painted him as a womanizer and kind of an all-around mess. Also, there's a chance his winning streak will soon come to an end soon, with all his younger competitors nipping at his heels. Oh, seems there's a lot going on with him. Well, at the very least, this doesn't change the fact that this movie was fantastic. It looks like they're selling commemorative brochures. Okay. Okay, now Gloria, Dawn of Revolution. Another oldie. Sheena Dirk was the leader of the Calvardian Revolution and the cornerstone of the newly founded Calvard Republic. Despite her youth, Dirk commanded the attention of the nation. Her unyielding patriotism resonated with the citizens of every class and background. She quickly rose to fame alongside her comrades. Atkinson, a former general of the Royal Army, August, a philosopher, and Aramis, an artist. Together, these 4 heroes weaved their way through the tumult of their time, all while carving a path for a better tomorrow. Their efforts culminated in the Battle of Edith, igniting the flames of the Calvardian Revolution. May 1100 of the Sept-Terrion calendar, 5 minutes before the start of the Battle of Edith.
My body won't stop shaking. I thought I made my peace with death long ago, but I guess I haven't. And even now, I'm racked with doubt. Can we really change the history of an entire country?
Of course we can, Sheena. The victors are free to write the history books however they please. Once we toss out the tomes of the ancient regime, we'll write a new history. One that is centered on the people of this country.
You're right as always. Victory is our only path forward.
The Revolutionary Army is now at your beck and call. They're awaiting your orders, Commander Dirk.
It's time for the dawn of a new era for our homeland. Let us seize the future with our own hands!
Strange to think, but the Calvardian Revolution only ended up being painted in a good light, and this movie only exists because it was successful. Yes, you were a terrorist, but if they had lost, they would have been considered terrorists too, huh? The monarchy at the time probably just considered it nothing more than anti-government terrorism. Kinda got me thinking back on my own past. I'm not gonna try justifying what I did back then. It's just, I saw some overlap between some of the dialogue in the movie and some of the stuff my comrades were saying at the time. As the saying goes, history is written by the victors, and even the most noble of goals can easily be twisted and used by others when politics are involved. Regardless, we all know you were just acting according to your own convictions, Crow. Whether or not those convictions were right is beside the point. Thanks, man. Hearing that from you makes me feel better. I'll take the lessons I learned from the movie to heart and continue living life as myself. That's all I can do. On a separate note, Nina finally won Best Actress award at the film festival last year, correct? If so, I can certainly see why. It really felt like she was Sheena herself. Yeah, she's the type of actress who totally disappears into her roles. I've seen some of her movies, and she was incredible in all of them. It's like she literally transforms into a completely different person. She was so convincing, I wasn't even a little bit distracted that someone of Eastern descent was playing the part. Anyway, it's a good movie for learning about the origins of the Republic. Speaking of history, as someone who teaches it, what were your thoughts, Rean? Watching this made me realize just how capricious political power can be. A group simply made up of civilians paved the path for the government that still stands to this day. But along the road, the First Republic rose under the dictator Auguste. Even the Empire had a false emperor and a chancellor with unconditional power for a time. Political power, there are no absolutes, and it can easily swing from one side to the other. This movie made me realize that again. Damn, I feel like I'm back in school. This simply goes to show how many lessons this period of history can teach. Yeah, I agree. I think it's great that films can be used as an educational tool for learning about historical events. Yeah, just from watching this, you can get an idea of how everything might have played out. I think I might just use this movie as supplementary material for my class. It looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Okay, I don't think I'm allowed to use any more movies. Okay, unmoored gardens.
On my name as the Black Rabbit. Let's begin our adventure.
Palm, these can now spawn into here.
Let's begin our adventure. Loot obtained.
I really want to get the 20% boost on everyone. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now I can do this normally. Yeah, I'll go for all the stat boosts so I can have an easier time. Why is it like there's something yellow behind the boss? Probably because this is a Freeport domain? I don't know.
We move.
There was that new shard tactic called Awakening that only certain people can use. This may be a good chance to try it out. I should activate it if I find the right moment. LSRS to use Awakening. You can use Spirit Unification. Okay.
Wow. I was already impressed by Marduk's AR technology, but this is something else.
No kidding. And as soon as they adapt it for adult content, they'll rule the industry.
Come on, Chloe. That would be much better if they could make a virtual planetarium. I need them before That aside, we can't ignore the society's plans here.
They're down.
We have to keep Ouroboros from doing as they please.
Now's the time to boost.
Oh, I really do not like how he just launches himself in the air like that, man.
Let's charge in all at once.
Pyrograph slash is like a single target thing, huh? Wait, I'm behind you. That means my 6-fold gale would actually do really good damage.
Prepare.
Blow them down. 6-fold gales. Rush them.
Yeah, after the jumping, I have to cancel the end lag as soon as possible by using dodge and hope for the best.
Go at it full force.
There.
Caught out.
B.
Now's a great time for a shark boost.
Let's charge in all at once.
Hey.
Go at it full force.
Engaging
It's yours.
skill.
Mirage. Rain.
There we go.
Running a search.
Let us begin. Charge attack at the ready.
Yeah.
With this.
Breaking, huh? Pretty incredible.
Thunder. Sure is. Guess I gotta make sure I don't start lagging behind. Standard.
Ugh.
Combat complete.
Oh.
Incident, fortunately.
Oh.
Rean, are you okay?
I'm fine. A little worn out, but nothing to worry about.
Really? Please don't push
Understood.
yourself
Let's
too
do
hard.
it. There. Yeah.
What the? I see. If I hold down A, he gets a little back step that retreats.
There.
Where should we go next?
Vents up here.
What incredible power!
Okay, this is it would be nice to get a double 20 boost for 40%, but that's not gonna happen.
The last obstacle between us and victory.
It's gonna take what I can get. ZANA RAZBA.
Guardian. Buckle down, everyone.
That is a lot.
Now's the time to boost.
Push it to the limit.
Shark command, activate.
Thanks.
Your debt.
What? No, he's got fear.
Slowpoke. My turn.
Push it to the limit.
Help me, Clumsilius. Remedy song.
Thanks.
I can help. Now, Rabbit Sword.
Thanks.
Your debt. Come on, let's go. Hit them.
Surge. As your resonance. Churn them up, V.
Hit everyone, huh?
Go at it full force.
DOC, activate. Let's charge in all at once.
Engaging skill.
Beginning mission. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift off. Azure Rean.
Boost gauge upgraded.
Oh, that was a lot of guys vanquished. Whew.
Let's charge in all at once.
Engaging skill.
Mirage. Rain.
Bro.
I won't hold back.
No, and it can just snipe us from afar too, man.
Let's
Engaging
charge in all at
skill.
once.
Too late.
I can help. Let's charge in all at once. Come on, let's go. Need help over here.
All in. You're out of luck.
Count on me.
Oh, that'll stun you for a turn.
Let's charge in all at once.
How long does this last? It should last 4 turns, right? I don't know, actually. All stats up.
Push it to the limit.
My mind is clear.
I think it lasts 5 turns, which is actually pretty good.
Let's charge in all at once.
Push it to the limit.
Now, Rabbit Sword. I'm in your debt.
Prepare.
Roar! 1, 2, 3! Slice! I'm up.
Prepare! My touching is ash itself. Manifold fates woven into an intangible form.
Purge! Rush! Rage! Sword! Gleam!
Ashen slash. Luminous flux! Boost gauge expanded.
My move now.
Oh man. Wait, it's actually pretty close to dead. Wait, can I?
Go at its full force.
Damn, I can't restore my boost fast enough though.
Push it to the limit.
Engaging skill.
Mirage. Rain. Go time.
No probability I'm still gonna win, aren't I?
Go at its full force.
Use an art they're weak against.
These kinds of hitboxes are kind of finicky. You know, fuck it, these.
Come on, let's go.
Guess let's Brionic.
All you now. Reenact. Activate. Fire.
Simple. Yeah, nice counter. That felt easier compared to the previous one, probably because you're working with an unfamiliar team. Grim Garten, for domain, subdomain A, partial liberation secured. However, subdomains B and C have yet to be liberated. Administrator privileges required to unlock access to Third Domain Nexus. Yeah, 60 turns is actually pretty generous for this enemy. It didn't really I don't think it even has as much health as the previous one, but it does have a lot of mooks who can eat up your turns if you don't take them quickly enough.
I'd say that was worth the effort.
I really wish they gave Ultina an offensive S-craft, though. I see, so we'll need the cooperation of your other collaborators to get farther in. Yes, both Mr. Arkride's group and one additional unit have their own subdomains to liberate. You think she would have both an offensive and support type S-craft, just like Fairy does. Additionally, the Foundation team would like us to wait until early afternoon before they unlock the Nexus. Yeah, because it makes it a lot harder to just use try to use S-crafts to get her MVP or EOTM. Sure thing, can't help but wonder who's in the last batch though. And the stuff that went down Marduk HQ gives me a few ideas. I will have to remain silent on that matter. That's alright, an associate member of the Foundation has a confidentiality clause to uphold. We might run into each other at some point anyway. Let's just think of it as something to look forward to. Early afternoon though, huh? That's more or less lines of the military exercise. So any time spent here only amounts to a moment in the real world. May as well try to work this into our schedule. Yeah, I should take advantage of the palm tiles as well. That might be a good way to
How may I help you?
gain an advantage.
This should prove effective.
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Beyond the Horizon. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.